think I'm dying. I'm working on a mohawk or something like it. Anyways, so I had this dream. All right, Luther King had a dream. Everyone has dreams. You're not special. You know what I mean? So I had this dream. Let me tell you about my dream. These multiverse kids, oh my gosh, they're embarrassment. They don't handle embarrassment well. They don't. They do not handle embarrassment well. So I had this dream that the beginning kids came in, and the Earth kids, the kids who were playing on Earth, got so embarrassed. So embarrassed that, oh man, we gotta make Min. He's one of us. We gotta make Min our, if you like Min, you have to like us. I don't get these kids, man. I mean, it's just a dream, but it's real. Because there are beginning kids, and why is the Earth here? Right? It's basically trying to look cool. That's all the Earth is. You're just trying to look cool. And my dream was the beginning kids came in judging them like, what the heck is going on here? Why is Min on Earth? Like, what the heck? So you have, let's say there's a Nicole and Rose. They're trying to look cool. First of all, they're trying to look cool in front of their peers with Earth there. They're just trying to look cool, right? Put Min there. Look at Min's cool ID. I'm trying to look cool, right? And then the beginning kids start coming in. And now everyone on Earth, they were embarrassed of Nicole. Now they're embarrassed themselves. So what do? Min stuck on Earth. Let's make Min famous. And then if you like Min, we're just as cool as Min. Because we go to Earth too. They're embarrassed. It's that simple. So Nicole and Rose was embarrassed. And now the Earth kids, my dream was Dan Castler and DeRosa. The president of University Pacific. And my Pacific professor in studio art. They're trying to look cool, so they're trying to make Min famous. Because they're embarrassed. These beginning kids are coming in judging them like, what is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, what are these kids up to? They're all kids. Like, what the heck? What are these lame-os doing? They're playing like animals. You can feel how dumb the idea is, right? They're playing like animals on Earth, right? So they're walking around playing like animals and they're embarrassed. All right? And Jacqueline, Brooke, and Abigail is in my dream. Is like Jacqueline is in Bible studies because she's judging them. She's from the beginning group, right? She just came in and she's in Bible studies because she's judging them. Not because she's Catholic or anything into Christianity. It's just she's judging the Earth kids. She's judging them. Right? And Abigail in my dream is like, you can't just judge people, Jacqueline. Even though I am too. They're both from the beginning. Like, you can't just judge people, even though I'm judging them too. All the beginning kids are judging them like, weirdos. It's all innocent. It's just high school. So yeah, that was my dream where they don't handle embarrassment well. They just don't. They panic. And another part of my dream was I said that when I come back to the multiverse, I'm gonna separate myself and figure out what their mental illness is, because they do have a mental illness. Because the Earth is still here. That's a mental illness. That's evidence of a mental illness. So what I posted was, I'm going to separate myself and then figure out what your mental illness is. They panic. This is what they do. They panic and they're like, men's going to stay away for trillions of years. I said separate myself. I'm going to separate. Separate. Is it separate or separate? I'm going to separate myself, and then I'm going to figure out your mental illness, and then we'll figure out from there. That's what I said in my post, in my dream. And they panic. They make up stories, and they go straight to what they're afraid of, is numbers. They're illiterate. They're afraid of their own illiteracy. Like the gopher that's afraid of its own shadow, it's real. They're afraid of their own illiteracy. They don't handle embarrassment well. That's basically it. They just don't handle embarrassment well. So they're like, men's gonna stay away for trillions of years. And I'm like, did I say that? I don't remember saying that. That's what you said. Like, no, I don't think so. So they're illiterate and they're embarrassed about it. All right? This is what they do. So, and then that's the second thing. So the first thing, they don't, and it all ties in, they just don't handle embarrassment well. They're just kids. And the last thing is discipline. All right? In my dream, Nicole and Rose are my parents, right? And they try to discipline an infant. An infant. You can see that discipline has become their god. Their mental illness. They create. So when they panic, they make up gods. They just make up stuff. That's why they lie all the time. They're in panic mode all the time, so they're always lying. Kids, just little kids. It's become a habit to them. So Nicole and Rose in my dream try to discipline an infant. And then DeRosa try to discipline the earth, which are infants. And then Dan Casser got embarrassed when the beginning kids came in and tried to discipline the world by making men famous. Right? Just constant discipline. Trying to discipline everyone. It's become their god. So what I do is correct. That's not the same as discipline. Discipline is a demand. Right? Correcting is just having a conversation. Like, oh, you got this wrong. Oh, you got this wrong. You didn't do any research here. I'm just correcting you. I'm not disciplining you. So the God discipline, the discipline God, has gotten kids so afraid of being corrected that then they get afraid of simple conversation because they might get corrected. You might get disciplined inside of a conversation. So because of discipline, now they're afraid of conversation. Because conversation might lead to correcting. And correcting their illiteracy, they think correcting is discipline. They don't like discipline. So yeah, those are my 3 dreams. I hope it changes the world. Like Martin Luther King changed the world. Disciplining an infant 3 times. 3 times. what is going on in their heads? Like, it's just lies on lies on lies. It's like they built so many lies. It's interesting. It's really interesting. So we're totally at the beginning of not history, but our civilization. We're still at the very beginning, and we're just trying to see what is at the beginning. And it looks like it's a bunch of lies, a lot of lies, because it's made from children. So now that we got that down, we can now know your mental illness is lying. You're afraid of embarrassment, so you lie. That's your mental illness. And now we can work with them. It's like, okay, when you get embarrassed, you tend to lie. And we can test it out. Do you like girls? How do you talk to girls? How do you talk to boys? How do you, anything that would embarrass them, and you'll see them panic and start telling lies. It's become a habit. So we want to correct them and go, hey, don't tell lies, and try to be honest. And teach them how to be honest. And we can reverse all that lying that they do. So that's how I want to correct, not discipline, how I want to correct their mental illness. They're lying too much. So that's simply it. They're just embarrassed kids, and they lie out of embarrassment. It's that simple.